This is a Headgum podcast.
Wait, I can tell you guys what's happening outside the window right now. Our TikTok, our social media girl just got here and they're fucking panicking because they really want us to make a TikTok. And they're like, they already started talking. I don't know if we're gonna I don't know if we're gonna be able to get them to do it.
Pitch one, they're going
Is
to be
this
upset.
the first episode of Gayotic post you going solo?
Yes.
Yeah.
You going solo. That's why they're panicking.
But I don't know when this is going to come out. After you leave, we're going to do an episode where we're explicitly discussing it.
You going solo is actually fantastic sounding. When did you decide to quit?
Hey, Katie, congratulations. How are you guys feeling about this? How's it going for you guys?
Wait, let's do like band therapy with Finneas.
Sure.
I know, I was going to say, you're like,
Let's do
You're
it.
probably really well like qualified to do that.
I don't know about that, but we can find out.
Yeah. Well, because you guys have navigated multiple careers.
I suppose, yeah.
You do this thing together and then you also do your own project and
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Billy has always gone solo, so
Yeah.
she's never had to.
And
Let's go,
we're
dude.
all born solo artists.
and we'll all die
Just sit with
solo
that.
artists.
Not twins.
And we'll all...
Wow.
Shit.
Twins are
Twins are born a band.
born a sort of a
I think
Hall &
only
Oates kind of a
I think
vibe.
identical
Shop
twins.
boys.
Identical twins for sure would fraternal.
Identical twins are a band, and fraternal twins are. You're talking like genetics.
I'm talking
Identical
about how they
twins.
are in the womb.
Identical twins feel a little contrived. Like they feel a little like an X Factor,
Fuck.
an X Factor kind of a vibe.
They're like try hard.
Well, they didn't have a
Industry
say
plants.
in that. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, industry plants.
They're in industry. Yeah, identical twins are like we both look this way, and I think fraternal siblings have sort of a choice of whether they collab.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
I
that's
agree.
a band.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
giving
yeah.
like college. They're giving like we met in college and something connected us.
They're
Yeah.
giving like we both dropped out of high school and then we met and we just clicked.
Oh,
I was thinking something insane. I was thinking they were separated at birth and then they fell in love.
that's what happens. Did
This
you
is
know
like-
that?
Has
This
to be
is
less
like-
likely if they're
Wait, did you
identical.
know that though?
Like, I mean, I've
Depends.
seen.
If
I've
they're
seen
gay
some-
guys, maybe
yeah,
not.
yeah, maybe not. Gay
That
guys
is the
love
trend.
that. I mean, straight people love that too.
I fell down the darkest hole, like reading stories about.
Stop there.
Yeah, I fell down.
So you guys know.
I fell down in
I
a
feel
ditch.
like you guys should know that.
I'm doing really poorly.
No. This was a long time ago, but
Go
like
ahead.
I found out that this is a common, like the Oedipus story is a real thing. If people are separated from their biological family members
Interesting.
for a long time and then they reconnect, like
They
are
fuck.
they want to fuck.
I think
I
Totally.
don't know why.
That's crazy.
It's so dark and sad
Doesn't
because
it
what they
kinda
really
make
want
sense,
is like a
though?
connection. You know, they want to have like grown up with each other, but
That's what
Oh,
I'm saying.
they fuck.
it's common even if they know that they're related.
yes.
That's crazy. The whole Oedipus story
Was
is
that he
that
didn't know. Yeah, you're
That's
right.
crazy that they know.
It's next level. Yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
next
I
level.
think it's just porn, but not stepsister.
You think that's the reason?
No, but I
I
think
feel
that's
like-
why everyone's so
I
horny
feel
for
like
it.
it's because our culture is so our culture is so sexualized that people meet and they're like, God, we have a connection.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, there's some connection here.
That means we have to fuck.
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, shit. Let's do it.
Shit. Let's fuck.
Glad we
We're
got
really
that.
Finneas on the
Diving in
pod
deep.
today.
That's right.
Wait, I was having like intrusive thoughts all morning for some
Cool.
reason about this being like weird.
Katie's awesome.
I was just
Well,
like,
it's already
oh,
starting off interesting.
yeah. But I was imagining like, okay, like just big long silence, and then I couldn't think of a question. Okay, so long silence. Let's do it now. And then I go, so what's it like to have a penis?
That is literally a real
That was
question
the
of
only
yours.
question I could think of.
You're so... Oh my God.
What's it
That's
like
like-
having a penis
You know
I'm
what?
sure it's pretty sick.
It's like, but it's like anything that you like.
that you have?
Well, like, but it's like my best buddy's colorblind, and You can't describe, you know what I mean?
Right.
He can't really describe what that's like. I can't really describe what it's like to not
imagine.
be colorblind. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And by colorblind, you mean?
The day it went away, I could describe how it was. with the disparity. The day that I was like, it's gone, and now I know exactly what it was like.
Wait,
Once
you
you're
were
able to AB
Wait,
it.
you were colorblind?
No, I'm talking about my dick.
No, he's talking. No.
Keep up, Katie. We have an hour.
I'm seeming really dumb in the clips we.
Well, that's because we're posting them on purpose. To sort of,
It's because
I
we
can
are.
see how
It's
it
because
happens.
slowly we're
It's because
fading
you're
away.
going solo.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it's because she's going solo. It's causing brain rot.
It's a smear campaign.
Yeah.
We're working on that.
We edit everything that you say, and we take out one word. So
and
every
she's like,
sentence
did you guys
sounds...
know that airplanes are in a line?
That's what I'm talking
and
about.
everyone's like, what the fuck is she talking
Airplanes
about?
are what? What's this clip? I haven't seen this one.
I got some fierce hatred online because
Fierce hatred?
Hatred is the wrong
from men,
word.
yeah. They're like, oh, like I think I'm so interesting to have. I should have a podcast, and like
They talking about
what
you?
I said. Yes,
What?
within the comments. What I
comments.
had
In the
said
context.
was within the context. I didn't realize that planes like wait in line to take off. But the thing is that like people said that actually there are multiple runways at airports,
Yeah,
and
there
all
can
of this
be.
is making sense based on the direction that different places are in, and that people
Okay.
need to take off in
Yes.
different directions. But I fall
and there's a
asleep.
landing one.
There's a landing
Like
one
there's
as
like
well.
I'm saying that's part of the
structure.
structure.
Also
Yeah,
sometimes
because
not
you
like
couldn't
they're
have them
not
that
taking
be the
off forever.
same
There's,
one.
all right,
Wait.
there's planes landing. Time to let them land.
Mm-hmm.
Also sometimes.
Well, no, that's not separated by time though. It's separated by space.
Depends on
Wait,
the
wh-
orientation of it. They're redistricting. They're gerrymandering the airport. Do you know what I mean?
What the fuck?
certain places are designated for takeoff, and then they become. You know,
They change
that
it over.
Planes.
They're like, we have
land-
no landings for the next 90
Yeah.
minutes, whatever.
Oh,
As the
that
day
sounds
goes on and they're
risky.
taking off red eyes, whatever, they figure it out.
Okay.
They're in a lot of communication with the pilots.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous job.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Air
So-
traffic control. I mean, it's so much responsibility.
Yeah, seems really challenging. Not to punch down.
Please.
Uh-huh.
Please punch.
When you talk about like the planes waiting in line thing, and you like this started with you saying like I didn't know they waited in line. What did you think? You've toured for years. What did you
I
think
know.
you were
So
doing on
she
the runway?
falls
the thing.
asleep
I
immediately.
didn't realize I was in a line of planes.
Within 2 to 3 minutes of
Not even
Katie's
when the pilot's
being
like,
seated.
She's not awake.
we're third in line.
No, she.
No.
she
Say that?
Yeah, sometimes they do.
They say that all the time.
She has not
she
once
falls
been
asleep.
awake.
She gets her seatbelt goes click. She passes out.
That's amazing. That's a gift.
Tray table
It is a
down.
gift. It is a
or
gift.
is it a curse?
No,
Is
it's a
because I
gift.
don't know what's going on.
narcolepsy? Do you have like?
No,
Plain. It's
Plain
only
related.
it's plain
I
narcolepsy.
I have wondered if I'm like a little bit if I'm a hypersomniac.
What the
can I
fuck
say
is
this?
that?
Jacqueline Novak also has maybe hypersomnia.
What is
She doesn't have it,
hypersomnia?
from what I understand, she doesn't have it anymore, but she used to have what she describes as, and Jacqueline, feel free to weigh in if you see this. She used to have
And
what she
congrats on your Emmy nomination as
congrats
well.
on-
If you see
congrats,
this.
Whoa, I didn't know
Jacqueline,
that.
Congrats, John, both nominated for Emmy. So
Iconic.
great. The whole team going up.
Phineas nominated for Emmy. Huge.
Not today.
Hey, if things keep going
I'm
the way.
surprised that- yeah. You can throw that in there.
No E.
No E yet.
Hey,
How are you gonna get the E?
I think they're gonna figure it out.
You know, if we do, if we don't, that's fine.
Okay, fucking
T?
chill attitude.
T in the works?
T. Whether it's for the T, I love theater.
I'm
so
really
I love
trying
to go do
I
some.
was really trying to think about what the T was. I can only think trans. I was
Oh.
like T.
Okay,
T in
wait,
the works?
wait. What?
So
What?
you're
What?
like, do you
what
have
is-
the L and the G?
First you L, then you G, then you B, then you T, and then inevitably you Q.
Where's the plus and the Q and the?
And
That's
sometime-
really awesome.
Yeah,
That you
we're not
that you
EGOTs, but we're
acquire-
LGBT.
You acquire the LGBTQ.
I mean, that's
Plus
kind of
is
what we've
crazy.
done. We've acquired,
Some people do.
Yeah,
I mean,
some
let's
people
get
really
straight.
do.
Usually some people could do B and then they do G or L.
Yeah,
And then they
I
could
think,
do T.
I think being gay, like coming out as gay, is a gateway drug.
I think I did B.
Dude.
I think I did B as a joke and
Yeah.
as a lie.
As a joke and as a lie, absolutely. Who has been B as a lie.
B as a lie, straight up.
Absolutely.
One of the biggest issues with
I'm like,
B
yeah,
that
I'm
people
buying
that
that
the
I
Bs are
like
fighting
girls
against.
with big tits and girls with small tits too. All
All
of
the
them
genders,
are
multiple
fine.
genders.
And then I did L, reluctant L,
Mm-hmm.
and then I dipped a toe in T.
Into T.
And so I'm kind of like,
yeah,
You're lying across.
You're Mandy Moore in Walk to Remember on the state line between L and T.
What the fuck? Wait.
I actually straight
You
up
know what that
am.
means?
Yeah, but I need to go back. What is hypersomniac?
Well,
is that it?
we have a few things to circle back to. I'm going to flag them.
I bet you could guess.
I am very asleep.
So sleep attacks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jacqueline would suffer from sleep attacks where
Instant sleep.
what's the difference between that and
She would
narcolepsy?
sleep for like
she'd go to
she would
sleep.
sleep forever.
She'd go to sleep and
for like
she'd
20
sleep
hours.
she'd sleep for 20
Jesus
hours straight.
Christ.
She would want to wake up, want to go to her job, but not be able to because
is this depression?
it can be associated with. She did sleep studies and all that type of. She would like go and be
Wow.
like monitored at
Yeah,
night.
where the
But so it's different than
the nodes?
narcolepsy.
The nodes.
Yeah.
And you're like in a room and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
you know,
I think I'm
punk.
trained to like use sleep because I did that a lot as well when we were doing van tours. Like
yeah.
I was known as like the dump queen because I would always be in the back row, which we called the dump.
Yeah,
because
well,
we
it
put
was
all
the
our
dump.
trash in it. with
That's
you.
where we put all the. We just had merch.
So
and
it would
shit.
be like I would be like under a bunch of backpacks, happy as a clam.
So you're like a weighted blanket of backpacks.
Yeah, weighted blanket of backpacks.
She likes to cave. Historically,
I like a cave, and I think I use sleep as a way to like do hard things.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like I'll just be asleep for most of it and like conserving my energy, and then I'm awake when I have to be.
Yeah, cool.
But the rest of the time
I'm
I'm pretty
awake
much
when I
asleep.
have to be.
I have a tour related question for you, and
Okay.
and I guess for everyone. Do you have waking up on tour? Does that ever kick in? Like for example, like if
What?
I have to get up, I'm up and I'm dressed. And like if I have to be somewhere, like if I have to go to the airport for a vacation, I behave as if I'm going. Like I'm on tour, lobby call is at this time, I need to be ready. I like, my brain just kicks in, I'm dressed within like 3 minutes.
Oh, like
Mm,
getting
okay,
ready.
cool.
Do you know what I mean?
changes.
Like,
Yeah.
like getting ready, having to be somewhere, traveling,
Traveling is
specific
the
kind of like internalized
Yeah,
anxiety.
you all have gotten awesome at it. Yeah.
Packing
Yeah.
is a skill.
Packing.
Well, but it's also like, for me, it's like last possible minute, almost instantaneous.
Yeah.
No book I've thought about reading. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
No
yeah.
dead weight. None of
Yes.
the vacation fantasy of 19 years old, where
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
maybe I'm gonna read this book in Barcelona. Like
Although,
none
are
of
you
that.
not taking like a bunch of bullshit on the bus? Like if you're
No,
leaving out of LA?
historically, a hilariously small amount of things.
That's
for you.
That's
Yeah,
so.
Has
almost
that been like
nothing.
problematic, or it's like that's you live
Yeah,
well
I mean,
off of it?
occasionally I'll get to like winter somewhere, and I'll be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I have nothing for this. And I have to go. I have to go
Yeah.
to like a North Face.
Yeah,
and,
you have to go to the North
buy
Face
shoes
store.
and a jacket. No, yeah, but I do travel like horrifically light. Yeah,
That's
like a
kinda cool,
half-empty carry-on.
That's so cool.
Wow. We're just in a place where it's like now I have like so much like makeup and we
Yeah,
don't have
that's
like
the
a
other thing
makeup
that's crazy
artist or
'cause
anything. I just
I'm-
have like so much bullshit. Like the amount of hair products I have is fucking insane for the light
I'm
light
also
amount of hair I
imagining
have.
that like
It's a
you're
great
getting
hairstyle, though. It's
skincare
great.
Thank you.
like thrown at you. Like you're getting products thrown at you. So it is maybe like a thing of like being so inundated with stuff.
I bring some balms. I bring some moisturizers, some
Yeah.
retinol.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
it's
you're
small.
like-
It's very condensed.
You're discerning.
Yes, I had a like a funny little argument with the TSA agent in Vancouver the other day because my hair gel was too big. It's like one of those things. You can all relate to this. A thing that is technically contraband that I've traveled through TSA with 150 times.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so he was like, "Sir, this is," and I was like, "Oh, finally,
Yeah,
somebody cares."
Yeah, yeah.
And he was like, "Do you want to go back through and check it?" They always give you that goofy offer,
Yeah,
like
going
you're
all
gonna
the way
go
around.
do that.
No
Yeah.
way.
And I was like, "No, man.
Yeah, I'll
like,
get a Toomey for it. And then
Like,
go
go
back.
back.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about?
And I said to him, like, I was like, you should keep it though. It's really good. It's like good. It's good. It's called Days of Dirt. Really, really good.
Yeah,
that stuff
I use
is
that
good.
product.
And I was like, you should keep it. And this guy had no idea what to make with me. Like, he's so used to me was so
Like, people
expecting the
just being like-
profile of a person to be like, God damn it.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that's fine. And he was like, are you sure? And I was like, you should try it. It's awesome.
I
Take it
appreciate
home.
that
Yeah.
outlook though, because honestly, one of my biggest pet peeves is when you're in a situation where you're interacting with someone who's just doing their job
Sure.
and you've broken a rule in some way or something is just going on. And then let's say hypothetically there's a woman whose name usually starts with Karen.
Okay.
But like starts and ends with, and they go through TSA and they bring something that's like too big, and then they fucking yell at the TSA agent.
I
That
know.
is literally
They bring 16 gallons of
appreciate
hummus, and
compliance
it's like, well,
because,
you know,
yeah, exactly.
you can't have that.
I really just hate
They
when
don't
somebody
sell
does that.
bitchin' in Croatia.
Yeah,
I needed to import.
Yeah.
it's my biggest. I fucking hate it.
I feel like you're really good at that.
You're you
Really
you have
level-headed,
you have
really
an
cool.
underlying
Well,
current of empathy of like, this person is an
They're
employee.
They're
whatever.
just doing their job. I mean, honestly, also, it's like it's just fate that I am in my position.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
not fate.
And
it's,
our tour
chance,
manager is really
actually.
amazing at that too. Like Frankie's always
Polite
dealing with the
and-
most
Oh,
annoying
totally.
You have to
situations.
be.
You have,
and
but people do not.
I just can't. At the end of the day, I am a white woman, and I
Sometimes it needs to be
come
useful.
from that culture.
Sometimes
you
you're
can
very
harness
useful.
that for good. Sometimes you
I
can.
think sometimes you can, but I do think it's like ultimately
Oh my
you
God.
are responsible to really work on your fix your fucking face. You
So-
know. This video and podcast is sponsored by Squarespace. Squarespace is a company that is there to help you design a website. They're an all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs that want to stand out and succeed online.
I want to make a website about this medieval doctor mask.
Medieval doctor. How
Do you think I
get
could do
one?
that with Squarespace?
Yes, you
I
can.
think you could, and I also
What
think
if I
you
wanted
could
to
make,
include videos and pictures
Yes, you
of the
can.
medieval doctors that looked like this?
You could do that, and I'd even do you one better. You could start a web store on that website.
Whoa, and I could make my own medieval doctor masks
You
and
could
sell
sell
them?
your own medieval doctor masks. Yes, you
Whoa.
could. And you could also have people sign up for emails if they want to hear from you
About him.
whenever you have new information about the medieval doctor mask.
There's still so much that we don't know about medieval doctors, but one thing I know for sure is that Squarespace is going to help me and provide me with the tools that I need to set up a website that's all about medieval doctors and their crazy masks.
And we want you to do that as well, but maybe not with medieval doctor masks, unless that's also really what your passion is. But clearly for Naomi, that's their burning passion.
Makes sense.
Yes.
So maybe find your own. But check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to www.squarespace.com/gayotic to save 10% of your first purchase of a website or domain.
FreakyAssMedievalDoctors.com. Coming soon.
Thanks, Squarespace.
Phineas and everyone who looks related to Phineas shows up.
Wait, you think we look related?
There's like
Yes,
Irish
baby.
You guys
Oh,
could
yeah.
definitely be cousins.
That's so
yes,
fun.
definitely.
Look,
Aw.
you guys could. It's ginger.
Wow. I'm going to be in the
Ginger
Irish
brew.
family, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Do
congratulations.
you think you look more like your mom or your dad? No,
Yeah,
give it
chew
to
it
us.
up.
Give us the
Yeah,
ASMR.
Give us the percentage breakdown, and then I'll
What do you
do
think's
mine.
going on there?
Like it's a cop out, but like when I see, I think I've looked more like my mom as she's aged. When I
Okay.
see like photos of my dad from his 20s, I'm like, damn, I look like my dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cute. Does that make you think your parents look alike?
Oh, good question.
Because that's my experience. Like,
Do you feel like your parents look alike?
I think I look like both of them.
In the way that they look like each other.
Yeah. So then I'm like, wait.
Is that just brain
guys-
smush? You know what I mean? When you're looking at two things that are different, but because you're
Mhm.
looking at them so much, they become the same.
They become the same.
You know what I mean?
When you look at a word so much that
Yeah.
it doesn't look like English anymore.
Exactly.
You're like,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Your parents are both hot.
Cool. That's nice.
Yeah.
I'll tell them you said so.
Cool. I'll
They'll
tell them to
know.
their face. I don't care.
Go for it.
Yeah.
That's so you.
Your mom has a little intimidating vibe. I don't know if I would say it to
Cool.
her face, but
Cool.
She does.
Yeah.
You mean your mom?
I mean, not to
since you're related, or your aunt? Your aunt?
What, your aunt?
Yeah, my aunt.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of everyone going up to TVC so much that and asking for that they inevitably put it on the menu for $3.50.
Right.
Like,
horchata
50 cents
splash.
more than the full size.
Yeah, like extra small cup available for.
I think they could drive him mad.
I think people also would probably like that. I think this is like Los Angeles to a T, where people are like, I don't want the big thing.
It'd be called a shot. It'd be a
horchata shot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or shot
Well, I was
Horchata.
yeah. I
Yeah.
was nervous for them for a minute because like they used to be cash only,
Yes.
and they've made a lot of changes to their menu. I think to
Powerful.
accommodate the gentrification,
And they,
Such as-
including like
Hell
okay,
yeah.
so they can pay.
Make
You can
money.
pay with cards
they
now.
DoorDash.
They DoorDash.
Whoa.
You can add avocado.
Yes, which
And
I
your
which
order.
I,
Did
which
they
I
used
do
to not do that?
constantly.
You do.
I'm happy to do
I add
that.
avocado. Yeah.
You can like adjust your spice level.
That sucks.
I don't want that.
I want the
I want
spicy.
you
The
to
hot
have to
sauce is the
suffer to
best.
enjoy.
Really good.
Yeah. Anyway, go to TVC.
They DoorDash instantaneously. It's unbelievable.
That's
It's
so cool.
unbelievable.
when you
I'm
press,
so glad you're
when you
experiencing
press
this.
order, it's been picked up. It's insane.
It's so cool.
Yeah.
Do you and Claudia DoorDash a lot?
Oh, way too much. I mean,
What's-
we try to be conscious. We try to be like,
Cooking? Well, you go to
Yeah.
the farmer's market.
We're pretty also like I don't know. I'd be interested in hearing somebody talk about this, but like to us also like the DoorDash, we try to be super local. Like the carbon footprint of like somebody's driving from West Hollywood with this tiny little thing.
But
Yeah.
sucks.
also,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never
think
thought about
to
that.
me, it's more economics of the food that I'm eating and the quality control in which the dash affects the food.
Oh, it's been an hour.
like,
It's not
yeah,
good anymore.
No,
when
exactly.
the dash is not a dash.
When the dash is not a dash and it's actually a long commute.
Yeah, that's
no,
different.
No, if you think
Yeah.
about 10 plus years ago, the only foods you could get delivered, right? Pizza, Chinese,
Yeah.
some Indian food. Indian food
Yeah,
was like
yeah,
a delivery food.
yeah.
Those foods age stupendously.
Yeah, it
better,
totally,
They're
totally.
better 45 minutes later.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah. And
Y'all
getting,
are making me hungry, and I
Right?
just ate all this.
Yeah.
I came in here wanting to actually ask what everyone's favorite places to order food from in
Really?
Los
Okay,
Angeles.
great.
were.
Let's do
Literally,
it.
I wanted to ask
Let's
because
do
I've
it.
been,
I love that.
I've been cooking a lot recently, but I've
yeah,
also
you cook a lot.
I'm tired. Doctor's tired, and I'm
Naomi's
being-
been- Naomi's been playing-
is in the kitchen cooking?
Doctor.
Doctor.
kitchen doctor,
Food doctor.
Well, actually, we do
Sink
call
doctor.
Josette Dr. Mouth It when Joe is like on,
Hungry.
hungry, but also like Joe is our main person on tour who's like finding the restaurants. Do you guys
Ah.
have one of those who's
I
like
kind of
obsessed
quit.
with
I
where you're
kind
gonna
of quit
eat?
that job though.
Well, because we have like a tour
You
manager.
didn't quit. You're just more reluctant.
I just am like
You're
at a
always
certain
like,
point.
I
I'm
saw
like,
these on Eater, and you said
yeah, I'll
them.
send a few. I don't want to make the decision because I'm like, fuck y'all.
Yeah, well, everyone's.
I think TikTok has really helped with tour food, by the way.
Ooh.
Whoa, I cook on tour. though,
I
a
really,
lot, so.
really vouch for like the whispered like girl who's like the top 5 meals in Melbourne, Australia.
I
That's
do.
so
I
good.
Go to
do
those
think
and they're
that.
good,
I
man.
mean, I do actually. Kelly did this for Mexico City, and we did find like some stuff
That
that,
is so
we.
cool. I haven't thought about that.
I have a tour hack for anybody who wants like the city guide.
Yes.
Go
Please.
look up like the most popular vintage store.
Uh-huh.
Go to the vintage store, befriend the
Owner.
Employee.
Vintage
Employee.
man.
usually the younger the better
Yeah.
because you know what I mean?
knowledge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they really somebody who's like a vintage employee who's like 50 plus. They've got their rhythms, whatever.
Yeah, okay.
But somebody who's like 25, where you go, what's the best coffee shop here? And they're like, well, this place just opened. It's good. Like
That is so
those
smart.
are the intel people.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need to find like the hip cutie.
Who have like the joie de vivre still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who are enjoying the city and
Yeah,
experiencing,
Do you?
experiencing life.
I want to go back to Naomi's question, but
I want
when
to talk
you're
about
on
it so
tour,
badly.
do you have a luster for life?
A Lester for
A
life?
luster for life, like you're like
Isn't
going to
that-
the vintage.
Wait, is that the phrase?
Luster?
Lust.
Luster is a shine. That's so-
Lackluster.
Yeah, but people say that. No,
Isn't it lust for life? Isn't that the phrase?
That's the Iggy
It
Pop
kind
song.
of luster for life kind of makes
shine
sense.
for life. That's what I've heard.
Does your life
Maybe
take
I'm
on
wrong.
a certain luster?
On tour?
I'm gonna look this
No,
up, but I like
I'm
that.
saying like, what do you? I'm like, are you trying to do stuff or you're not trying to do stuff?
It depends.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm really not trying to do stuff. I go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like
You have a lust for
I
when
need
we're all
routine.
watching a TV show together.
I need routine when we're on tour because I struggle with like the lack of.
Yeah, our shit is on lock, but pretty boring. Like we go to the gym, we find a gym, we go to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Naomi and I will often eat together. Josette's like cooking something in the Instant Pot on the bus.
Cool.
Pretty rad.
Yeah, we eat like a huge meal at like 3 p.m.
The meal of the day.
Meal of the day.
That's the tour way.
Yeah,
NOTD.
the meal of the day. Maybe it is lust for life. Luster, I mean, it shines.
But I know what you mean. The important part is I know what you mean.
What I've discovered
and I
is
love
that so they actually are kind of two poles of the same concept. So lust for life,
Wow.
and then on the other side, life has lost its luster. So if you, that's like, yeah, those are so.
Well, yeah, that,
life has lost its luster. Lust carnally for life, I guess. Yeah.
Are any of the three of you in your artist way bag, like taking yourself on artist dates alone and stuff?
Not on tour.
Doing the
Good for you.
Katie's
Good for
been
you.
doing artist
Constantly
days since we
doing
were like 19.
That's awesome. Well, you never stop, right? That's the whole deal. Is it can work in perpetuity.
I think
on tour I feel like I can't like it takes this place that I need to know well to feel like I can do that, because if not, I have a fear of being unsafe.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you're much more reasonable about
I just get harassed.
being-
Yeah, that
yeah,
sucks.
that's actually true. It
Yeah,
is so fucking...
It's fine. It's probably because I'm just a little guy.
no one. I'm not kidding. No one ever speaks to me.
No one ever speaks to me.
It's
They
insane.
leave me alone.
Like-
I wish that was true for you.
Yeah, maybe I'd
I'm
have a different
sorry.
outlook. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I've been trying to. I've been intrigued by the idea of doing more like local artist dates with myself. There's a really good website called Good Ones, the number 1s.org, and it shows all the like movies that are playing that day, like at indie theaters.
Damn.
Oh,
It's
That's sick.
It's so awesome. And then
That's cool.
there's this other website called zeitgeists.org, I think. I'll correct myself if I discover that I'm wrong. But that has like lists of
General campaign promise.
as your VP.
That's
I'll
so.
correct
That's
myself.
so. It's so you.
If I discover that I'm
If I
wrong.
discover that I'm wrong.
Which I
It is
seldom
very
do,
new.
so don't expect anything. It
Very
has like
rare.
like free museums, bookstores that have events, like readings that are taking place, movies.
There's some
culture.
new app
and the
called-
only city that they have is Los Angeles, which
There's
is great.
some new
Oh.
app by the Raya people called Places
Oh,
that I just
interesting.
went to an event sponsored by Places. The
It
thing.
kind of sounds cool.
It was like the
What?
pitch.
What's the pitch?
The pitch is like you can. The pitch is kind of like cool experiential sort of like map with like. You know, it goes into your contacts, and I like if you know you share it willingly, right? But like Katie goes and has the dopest experience at this thing, and I get to sort of
Tacos
see
via
that she
Toronto.
get to go see.
I got a
So
shot
it's
of
like peer
horchata.
sourcing
So I would
experiences
add it-
that
Sort of like
you're-
a Yelp.
I would add it to
For
the
everything.
map.
a Yelp, but of the people that you know.
Yeah, a close friend's Yelp, which
That's
which in
interesting.
theory I was like, that's cool.
That's
in
a
theory,
cool
that is
idea.
cool.
Especially
Well,
if it's
I
got a
don't
kind of
trust
a,
Yelp.
especially if it's got a kind of a like, you know, superimposed like Spotify playlist. If it's going like, hey, people are really fucking with this thing, you should try it out.
Yeah. Also,
That would be
people you
cool.
know, I think is I think people only use, this is my theory because I do this. I only use Yelp and Google reviews for evil.
I know.
And
I know,
evil
it's just
negativity.
complaining. Yeah.
Well, no, I do it to get like
You do it to get some money back.
I'll do it to like for things that we've done. I'll do it to. I'll write a negative review because of my negative experience.
Blackmailing people with
No,
negative
but it's
reviews.
true. I do not.
They
No,
do
they've
things that
brought
they
it upon-
shouldn't.
they've brought it
I
upon
only do
themselves.
it. Yeah, I'm not gonna fuck somebody unless
They want to
be pounded.
Yeah.
But I'll do
Totally.
it, and then
I'll
you
correct
do.
myself if I'm wrong.
Yeah, but I'll delete the review. Like if they give me, well, I've had to actually sign contracts because of this.
Oh my god.
Really?
Saying like I won't post or another bad review.
That I won't say anything else.
So
That
they
is so funny.
I assume the contract comes your way after some form of reparation. Yes.
yeah.
So they go, here's this money off.
Yeah,
or
but the
a
thing
refund,
that's why
but
these
sign this thing.
That's why these
please.
things don't work. You know what I mean? Yelp
not
and
honest,
Google because
yeah.
it's not honest. People are paying
Okay.
for
I
a review that like, or they're paying for the negative review to be taken away. So I like the idea. Man, Do you guys ever just feel like you're just sick of taking pills and just wish there was something you could do to make getting them vitamins real good and
I
easy?
actually have been experiencing that recently. Like I took some pills because I was feeling scared of like being under the weather. And then do you ever have the experience of like
Your
the
throat
whole
closes?
day? Yeah, the whole day, like it feels like there's something stuck in your throat.
Yeah, the trick to
Hell.
doing that is actually using AG1 instead of taking a pill.
Oh, tell me more.
AG1 is excellent vitamin in powder form.
That could do more than coffee can ever do. Sorry, that's a throwback to another AG1 ad. That we did. If there's one product I trust to support my whole body health, it's AG1, and that's why I, just me, have partnered with them for so long. Starting your journey with AG1 is a W, aka a win. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase at drinkag1.com/gayotic. That's drinkag1.com/gayotic. Check it out. Don't make me say it again, folks.
You gotta do it.
Vinny, did you ever have to use Raya, or were you and Claudia together?
I met Claudia on Raya.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
huge for Raya.
I met Kelly on Raya.
You guys capitalized on that?
Yeah,
That's
you guys should be
huge for Raya.
sponsored.
Raya, hello. What the hell?
I met Kelly on Raya.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
It's major.
Yeah,
Raya.
I have met, like, I've, because you know what people say, like, nobody actually goes on dates off of Raya.
Right.
So.
Because everyone's in Stockholm.
Yeah,
Everyone's
They're
in
like, cool.
Stockholm. I also think
Nice
people
to
are
meet you,
scared.
Ingrid. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've had to stop.
What the hell?
I've had to stop with the
Raya.
Well, no, just like matching people that are in
Inter-
6,000
South
miles
Africa.
from you.
Yeah, you can't.
International
You can't do that.
love. Yeah.
You can't do that unless
Yeah.
you got a PJ.
They're beautiful though.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you that much. They're beautiful.
Even more beautiful from 6,000
Even
miles
more
away.
Yeah,
beautiful.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The most,
Yeah.
the most
Some
beautiful
ways.
they could ever be.
Based on my attachment style.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I also think people are scared to actually go on dates. Like if you know, because there's almost a sense of like it's networking.
Yep.
So it's like
Yeah.
if
That's a
that
different
person
part of
knows
Raya.
your people.
They have that option, just for friends.
No,
There's also
but-
Bumble Friend.
Really, that's
Aw.
sad.
Do you know how cute that is?
That
No,
really- that
no.
kinda fucked
Stop
me
this
up.
nonsense. I was in Antwerp over last summer on tour,
Okay.
and I'm like whatever, walking around getting like a stroopwafel or something,
Cool.
Mhm.
Absolutely, as
and
you
these
should.
two
Sounds awesome.
girls come up to me. And they were like, "Are you Billy's brother?" And I was like, "Yeah, whatever. We maybe take
That's
a photo."
what they
I can't
said.
remember.
They called you Billy's
That's
brother.
that's #1 name.
That's how
for me.
people know you.
Yes, and that's
Say we got Billy's brother on the
Yeah.
pod.
and that's totally fine. But the anyway, and I talked to them, and they both. I'm like, "Where are you from?" And they're both from, I think Lisbon.
Mm.
And I was like,
Mm,
"Oh, cool. Did you guys come here together?" And they're like, "No." And I was like, "How? That's so interesting that you're both from Lisbon." And they're like, "We met on Bumble Friend." And I was like, "Oh my God, did you put in that both of you like were from Lisbon?" And it was like, "Sure, these two people are from Lisbon." How cool is that? That's awesome.
That is
that's
pretty
really,
cute.
really sweet. If you're in a place and you feel alone,
I thought that was pretty
That's
sweet.
really
and they were
sweet,
best.
sad.
They were besties. They
Yeah.
were. It was working for them.
It honestly
Yeah.
does sound really cute to be like
Oh,
looking
this
at your
kinda
phone,
makes me so
like
sad.
kicking your feet and giggling, being like, "I'm talking to my new friend."
My new
My
friend.
new friend
That's
who's also
really
from Lisbon.
Sweet.
Really
That's
cute.
so
Oh,
cute.
God.
I'm happy for
And
them.
they have that. And then you get that kind of comforting, like,
so cute.
oh, this is the
That's also a
shared
real thing.
tapestry of whatever.
Like I have a
God.
number of like
Oh, Joe.
childhood friends.
Broke Joe's heart.
It is, yeah.
That's
I mean,
really sad.
like-
People are so lonely.
I know, and we're very lucky to like have each other,
Yeah,
and also like I feel like we all have like long-term friendships with people from our childhood.
Thank
Nice.
God.
But
Where are you all from? Where are you? Yeah,
She's from here.
I'm from here.
me too.
Yeah,
I'm from San Diego,
Cool.
but I've been here. Yeah, we all went to college together, so I've been here for
Mhm.
about as long as I ever
Got
lived in Dago. But,
anywhere. Yeah. I'm
There you
from
go.
I'm
Dago.
from the suburbs of Chicago,
Got
on
it.
the North Shore.
Which? Oh, North Shore.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Claudia's from Park Ridge. That's right by O'Hara.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then I think we briefly talked about it.
Yeah.
When I was at the July 4th thing.
Did you have a song on your Raya? that enticed her.
What fucking?
Yeah,
God.
how'd you pull, dude?
Wait, how long you guys been going out too?
5.5 years.
Wow,
yeah.
Hot minute.
that's
Amazing.
a long time.
I think it was something by like Frank Sinatra.
Sick.
I was 21.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to have a personality.
You're like, I'm grown up.
Yeah.
As fuck, by the way.
Yeah. I was not on Raya very long because I met Claudia and then fell in love with
Off
her.
app. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's giving Joe and Kelly. Like that was a very similar.
I had
situation.
Raya for a day,
Damn.
and then I said I can't do this. I just hate the internet. No offense. To the internet.
No, but
do they
to the
know
internet.
about this podcast?
You hate
Is
that.
this a sort of a? Are you the Truman Show of this podcast?
Not
You're
intentionally.
By the way,
going
this
anywhere?
podcast is
You're
for
describing your life. You're like, once a week I go in a room with my friends and we sit with microphones, but it's just for us. And nobody knows about it.
You do it just for
I'm
exercise.
actually just cursed. You know what I
What?
mean? I'm cursed.
I have like an ancient curse.
I have an ancient curse against
You know
me.
what I mean?
King
That
what?
the thing I've decided as my profession is also the thing that haunts me the most.
In the sense of being public.
In the sense of being
some way.
perceived and having to interact with the world through
Yeah,
a
yeah,
screen.
yeah. But you oscillate because there is something that you get from it, obviously.
Well, I liked playing music.
Yeah.
And then they said, actually, you have to do all these other things and you have to be a slut.
But you
make
also
a-
are a little star, and you wouldn't be a little star if there wasn't a little star in you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
You can't fake being a little star.
Are there any of it you like? Like,
yeah, I mean,
no, but like in the
sometimes.
public facing department of it. Any of it?
I like to perform, but I
Yeah.
don't want to look
like
at
to
myself on the internet after.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
You don't want the
No, but-
archive.
Not the archive, but it's like
Yeah.
I have to fucking post on Instagram so I be relevant. So then somebody cares about me, but I just hate it.
I think it'd be
But
cool
this is
if you-
great that you're in a band, right? Because then the band can post sort of band
Yeah,
style,
but it still
whatever.
just isn't exact. Like that's true, but it also just isn't
one of the
that.
mechanisms
Exactly.
that
Yeah, I
we do
hear you.
as a band is like usually before we post something, it's like everyone has to look over it
Sure,
to make
for
sure everyone's
safety,
okay.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's like you also do have to perceive
Yeah, it's
everything
challenging.
that's going on.
Yeah, and also we're in control of like everything we do. So
No, you
it's
and I
like-
had a similar vibe when the digital was taken right before this of like, great, whatever.
I just
Like,
also I
who
think it's like
cares?
it's
Yeah.
also it's just like I've been ugly 1,000 times.
Well, the worst pictures of all
online.
time of me are readily available.
Yeah, that's when you Google my name. It's like
So-
me with like 10 chins, naked.
But Finneas,
Like-
you give the impression of like having a really zen like approach to all of that, and you're
Mm.
someone who was super like skyrocketed into like
Mm.
being hyper visible all the time. So like, did you have a journey with that, or are you just like it's super chill? Like it's
Huh.
like, has it just been kind of natural, or was it something that you learned?
I think the comments are none of my business.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
and-
look
and
at
are you
comments.
actually good at, like,
comments
staying
are the-
off?
That's where
Yeah,
you can
I
kill
could-
yourself.
I can do the like, you know, when you put up something and I have like the in-app notification thing where like I have it all set up to like people that I follow. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
that's cool.
Because I want to
Okay.
be like a active participant. Like if some friend of mine comments like, I was just there. Did you
Yeah.
get the
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
bolognese?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I want to have an interaction with that. But
You're going
beyond
for
people,
social media.
beyond like the people that I know,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm checked out
Yeah.
in
yeah.
a major way.
When
In
did
a-
you make that change?
kind of
early
the
on?
whole time? I don't know.
That's
Like
so
I
awesome.
attribute it sort of like semi to like cluelessness. Like
Yeah.
it's a choice, but it's also like, yeah, it's definitely like I have an aversion. But
Uh-huh.
okay, so like to me, it's a continuation of like, remember in like middle school, junior high, when people are like, dude, you have to see this, it's fucking disgusting. And they show you like
The worst thing
Blue
you've ever
Waffle
seen.
or some
Yeah, Blue-
internet
Dude.
phantom.
Remember
Two
Blue
girls, one
Waffle?
cup, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, two girls, one cup.
I was always like,
Yeah.
no, I'm good.
Yeah. I
That
never
was
saw
always
Two
my
Girls, One
vibe.
Cup.
I've never seen it either.
I
So, like-
have been, my eyes have been,
You've seen horrible things.
So like I have friends, and this is like again, this is a whatever. I forget who I was. I think Lucy
guys
Healy.
that you're
I was talking to this person I work with, Lucy, and she was like, my friends like held me down and
Yeah.
showed me horrifying stuff.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so like I think I've always had a kind of a like people are like, do you want to see that movie? It's supposed to be so scary, and I'm like, oh no, I'm good, man.
I don't
Like,
wanna be
I don't want to
scared.
see that.
No, so it's all kind of a. I'm like, why would I want to see the thing that would like break my heart and make me feel bad about myself.
Right. So you.
I'm not like immune. If I read 100 mean things about myself, that would make me feel terrible.
Yeah.
I just am like, oh, I don't have to read that.
Yeah.
You know.
But you are interested in like other stories you've told today on the pod, like talking to the TSA guy. It seems like you definitely have like curiosity in other parts of life, but like, no, shut up. Let me get where I'm going.
I know what you mean.
But it's like you have curiosity in a way that's very caring to your own nervous system.
Sure.
Like it's like something that if you're like something that will be nourishing to you without dysregulating you. And I think oftentimes like in this day and age, like we're the first kids that like grew up with the internet and we like had access to stuff that was super dysregulating.
Truth box.
I think it's super rare to
I didn't really do any of that one, but
Truth box.
Oh, honesty box?
No.
It was called
Oh my
Truth
God.
Box. When
No,
I'm unfamiliar with this. I thought that was just like a thing you just said.
Yeah.
Truth box.
I thought that's what the phone was to them.
The
truth box.
No. This is the lie box.
I know what you're talking about.
coined
It's
the
like
term.
there's other names for it. Isn't it like when people they like put it up online and you can anonymously say
Yes, you
the
can be
things
like-
that you think about that
So what
person.
everyone
And
else
this
did-
is called
Ask FM or something.
suicide
Yes,
maker
yes,
because it
it's-
makes people
it's
kill
exactly that.
themselves.
Yeah.
What was the thing? It was like
It was like Ask FM. It was
I don't know the names.
Tumblr. You could put it on your Tumblr
there
or
was
whatever.
some name. There was some specific like whisper or some nonsense that was like just anonymous. And that's used by people not in the public eye. That's just like some girl that goes to your high school that's like, I've always thought you were ugly.
Yeah. It's
so
cool.
shitty. So
You
mean.
established it hoping like I mean I didn't really ever engage with it because I was just like I know what they're gonna say.
Some people you can't deny the truth.
So I just didn't want to get involved. But people
God.
be
Buy as a
addicted,
lie.
being like ask me less than 3 emoji and
Yeah.
then obviously they're like hoping like girls hoping like some guys and they're like I have the biggest crush on you and I'm so intimidated by you I don't want to say it to you in school or whatever.
Oh, so cute.
And which is really sweet and
But
would
then
happen
they're
every
gonna
once in
get-
a blue moon and it's always
I'd
like
go on yours and hit you with that just to even the
that's
scales.
nice.
I should do that. I should go on
That's
everyone
nice.
I know.
That's
and you're
nice.
like
Anonymous.
That's nice, friend.
They're like, oh my god, who is it?
I like
Nobody
love
has
that.
that anymore, by the way.
No,
like,
no
people
one
aren't
has it
doing
anymore.
that.
I should be
the
I
kids
should
are
be
doing
the
that
crush
shit.
Batman, vigilante. I can't stop thinking about
I
you.
actually
sweet.
love that so much.
But then
God.
they're gonna wonder who it is.
Well, but it's also
You're gonna
nice.
wanna kiss them.
It might feel better.
The like the
Knowing that it
mystery
exists.
being bottomless that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
They
kinda
did never
cool.
because then it could be anyone forever.
Yeah, and it's confident.
And it should
it's
be
confident.
Anyone
it
can
makes
say
you
it's
feel
not
good.
them, and you're like, sure, it sounds like somebody that said it. That sounds like what they would say.
I'm just imagining you
God.
ending up on like MTV Catfish for like 1,000 different people.
How far do you think I'm taking this?
Yeah, that's a good point. If
hasn't
you're just
even
sending
begun.
one message,
Yeah, I'm not fathering children.
you're not like avoiding FaceTimes for 3 years.
No.
Wow.
Somebody's anonymously like, I think you're cute. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Benign.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Benign.
think you're a really special person.
Yeah.
I think you're really nice.
But I
You
was
light
gonna
up-
say,
You light up my
XO.
life.
This really.
I was
is
gonna say
killing
about the
me.
truth box thing because like I'm someone unfortunately that does have the disease of like the morbid curiosity and like the looking at what people. I'm like I want to know what they think. I'm gonna
Sure.
read like the YouTube
I think it's
comments.
very common.
Oh,
The sadness on your face, by the
yeah.
way.
I deal with it.
Whole
I
face fell.
see it on Claudia and I see it on Billy and I see it
Yeah.
on everybody else I know.
I
It
think it's
really-
so
Very
common.
Affects you and it gets in the way and it's why you have to constantly be doing the artist way.
Yeah.
But like
Someone once commented on to me, and it's actually stuck with me,
what?
and for years. And I think it is so. It was like so mean, but also really kind of made me laugh.
Something mean
Okay.
that rock. That's funny.
It was someone commented on my Instagram on a picture of me, like an innocuous kind of like whatever, me posting like a fit pic or something.
Mm-hmm.
Commented, their douchebag looks and cringe fail personality
Cringe fail?
have captivated me.
I think that's actually a compliment. I think it's actually a compliment.
Because it's like it is the most backhanded compliment that I could ever have imagined
But
receiving.
it kind of is a
which is like,
compliment because
this
that was
person
some of your
looks
intention.
like an
though.
asshole
Yeah.
and is embarrassing.
Have you guys read
Yet.
the Have you guys read the
fail.
Whole Foods market review? It's my favorite
It's like the
review.
easiest place
No.
to steal from or whatever.
Alan Mueller commented, This is just a Yelp review
I
of
love
Whole
how
Foods.
fast you were going for
I
this
saved
already.
it yesterday.
Yeah.
'Cause I was
So awesome.
I saw it years ago and then saved it yesterday.
Okay.
Alan Mueller commented, nice, sterile atmosphere, hypnotically Caucasian. The chocolate milk is strikingly overpriced and at the same time, very easy to steal. Another of God's little tests.
That one is just the best thing
Write
ever.
a book, Alan Mueller.
Hypnotically Caucasian is
It's incredible.
God tier, unreal.
If
It's
that isn't
so
actually
good.
Whole Foods, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Shockingly overpriced and
Yeah,
I'm
easy
there.
to steal. Another of God's little tests.
Another
This is like
Gospel
Whole
test.
Foods pre-2019.
Yeah, now Whole
vibes.
Foods
Like,
has actually gotten a lot cheaper. I
Really?
went the other day. Yeah, because
It is.
it's
It's
because
different
of
now.
Amazon.
Did you ever
Oh,
steal
shit.
anything?
No, I stole a couple things from my
He said,
like
"No,
cousins as
I
a
stole."
child.
I
Like
did
never
that.
retail
Oh, okay.
theft. So
Mhm.
like my cousin Cole had some Legos that I lusted after as like a
Lustered.
6-year-old, 7-year-old. This is so fucking goofy. My cousins lived in Utah, and also like as a kid you think everything is like he was 3 years older than me. He probably didn't give a shit about them at all anymore,
Mhm.
right? And I was like,
oh no. Yeah.
and we
It's like a
drove. We were
mission.
too poor to fly, and so we drove. We drove back to California, and I remember like a fucking Catch Me If You Can, being like, "We've crossed state lines," like being like, "I made it." And then they came to visit,
Oh no.
and he came into my room,
Oh my god.
and I had that like realization of like, it's on display. Like my stolen.
In plain
I've
sight.
plundered my cousin's world, and now it's in my, on my shelf.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how little he gave a shit or cared. He was like, "Oh," and he reached for it, and I did that like this thing, and he was like, "There you go," and like turned it the right side up,
Oh.
and I was like, like
Did he
probably
know
teach
they
you
were
a big
his?
lesson.
We're safe. Yeah.
it's a Lego. I could have had the
Wasn't
same
yeah. So
They
it
were
wasn't
mass
discussed.
produced.
Yeah, it didn't say property of Cole.
Were you guys raised with a religion?
No, we were raised agnostic.
Okay.
We were in this choir,
Who said that?
in LA, called the LA Children's Chorus.
Yeah.
And
Cute.
it was like very rigorous, which was cool. And we sang at lots of church services, but also synagogue. And like we sang it. It was a
That's really
secular
cool.
org, and so we sang everywhere. So I had a lot
Spiritual.
of like exposure to like been in a lot of church services,
Mhm.
which was interesting.
I just was curious because like I think like I stole a Hershey's Kiss from a grocery store
Did it haunt you?
and I cried
Yeah.
about it and I confessed about it to my
Sure,
mom.
beautiful.
And then I confessed about it to a priest again when I was
Oh.
getting first communion.
Did you seriously?
Yeah, but I was
Oh,
like
gosh.
plagued with the
Guilt.
Irish Catholic
You
guilt.
have
felt
you have
terrible,
guilt
yeah.
deep within your soul.
Yeah.
I stole a letter opener from my dad's friend.
Ooh,
that was
that's-
another
That's
like
kind of
kind
a
of
cool-
6-year-old
a
theft.
cool
Sorry.
Do you tell
thing.
anyone?
Oh, I cried and confessed, and this again. It was like another. It was like, you have to return this, and my dad was like, okay, and he took it back to his friend John, and his friend John was like, what is this? He had no memory of even
Did you
having
just
it.
think it was like really cool?
Yeah, I was like,
They're
wanted to
usually
be
like a
I was
knife or
obsessed with
something.
little treasure stuff. you know?
Yeah.
I was
You
like
are-
a magpie,
Yeah.
stealing trinkets.
Leave shiny things out for Phineas. they attract
But yeah,
him.
it was all little tiny
Like a raven
worthless
or a crow.
Yeah.
things, you know.
Yeah.
And then I remember
they're
a couple years,
treasures.
I had some stuff stolen by like one of Billy's friends when I was like 9 or 10 and they were 5.
Okay.
And it was like one of those classic, like their mom brought them into my room and was like, they took this last week and felt like they feel good. And I was always very like, oh yeah, like I remembered. You know what I mean? Like I was very, I had the,
Yeah.
like I did that. I
I did
remember
that
feeling
too.
terrible. And they
Yeah.
always were like,
On bended knee, like offering it to
they
you like
always felt
this.
terrible. Yeah, it's so funny.
The guilt that kids feel.
Oh,
I
Billy and I
still-
always talk about just feeling sort of like unguided guilt all the time.
Yeah,
We have
totally.
this
Well, I think that's
goofy-
just called shame.
Yeah. But as kids,
Yeah,
it's,
I think that
guilt.
also is
Yeah.
still a little
it's
bit
one
of
of our
shame.
funny things that we like. We'll hear like something that our dad would play in the car. You know, like random, music. Some like Thank You by Dido.
Like makes you feel like you did something bad.
I used to sit in the back of the Toyota Sienna just feeling like so much shame.
I am bad. This is so bad.
Yeah.
I'm really small and
like
I'm
they're
sorry.
gonna find me out, man.
God, why?
Yeah.
Why
Like
is
That feeling was so visceral.
Totally. Why?
Did you have parents? Because we didn't even have parents who were like,
I'm like, and you're not even gay. So
That's
what was going on? You know?
just feeling guilty.
I think
human.
kids.
I felt that way.
Kids can just feel like something is like wrong with them, even if it's like for I don't know,
Or like you
I don't
just
know if
did
it's like
something
viciousness.
bad.
Yeah, I don't.
I definitely
know.
didn't feel like I had any sexual orientation at all at that point. Also,
Well,
to be fair,
I would hope.
I didn't.
I still want to hear about early. So normally, like on Gayotic, we'll ask
Yes.
people about like when they first started thinking they might be gay.
yes,
And when did you realize you weren't gay?
sure, yeah.
Yeah, I do want to hear about
Well,
that.
the sexual tension with the horchata man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right.
leaves things up in the air. But
I want to leave space. You know, there needs to be more
Yeah.
space for men to be on the spectrum of queerness.
Men,
So.
men are on the spectrum. Don't
just a
worry.
different spectrum. Yeah.
There's one thing men are. It's on that spectrum. Man. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I was like 11. You know, had always been like much closer to my friends who were girls, and then suddenly had a friend that I was like, I cannot even look you in the eye. Like had one of those like, this is
Oh, so it was like
crazy.
you had a crush on a friend.
Yeah,
That's so
I was just like,
sweet.
holy shit, I can't even. Suddenly, I'm the lamest version of myself. And
Did she like get boobies or something?
You are the only person who would say, stop making innocent experiences like that.
No, I'm just saying, like
It was
Stop
probably. I mean,
Stop that.
it's probably I would say it's probably
Well, yeah,
his
the
hormones
pituitary
more
gland.
than more than. I
Yeah,
mean, who knows?
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
she did have boobies. You let us know.
Or not.
she was definitely like, I was 11 and she was 13.
Oh shit!
She didn't like.
Well,
But I mean, she was cute. She was like
Yeah.
definably as an 11-year-old. Like I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Did you ever
some
tell
girls
her
are
that
just
you had a crush
beautiful.
on her?
I did eventually. Yeah.
Wow, courage.
How did it go?
She said the most hilarious, like bad, sort of like Twilight adjacent. She was like, it would never work. And I was
God
like,
damn.
What the fuck is You're 13 and
She's
I'm
like
11.
looking at the
Yeah,
moon.
because
Yeah, yeah.
I'm in the 6th grade.
Maybe
It'll
it
never-
really.
it would never work
I
between
think.
us.
I think age really did matter at that time in terms
definitely
of
did.
perception and also, I guess,
Yeah, yeah.
maturity.
Well,
but
it's a sizable fraction of your life.
Yeah,
one
huge
year
percentage.
when
Yeah,
you're a child.
Oh, if
definitely.
you're 13, an 11-year-old is like,
A
what
child.
are you talking
yeah.
Yeah. To be
Wow.
fair, I still feel that way if I meet someone who's like a year younger than me.
A
I'm
year?
Like, you don't understand.
A
No,
year?
that's not true.
That-
If they're
that is her
30,
biggest-
I'm 31
that's
now.
her
it's like,
biggest
if they're 30, I'm like, you get it. But wait, how old are you?
Guess.
You're still in your 20s.
28,
Are you 28?
27. I don't
No.
know.
26.
Yeah,
no fucking
26.
way.
Shut the fuck
no
up.
fucking way.
See, we got there. We worked backwards.
So you don't
It would
know
never work. It would never work
anything,
between
and it
us,
would
Katie.
never work.
You do have
That's-
you have a
that's-
zenness to you.
That's
that,
Katie's
You
favorite thing,
are
though.
a tiny baby.
This
No,
was, I was
20
waiting for this to drop.
this
She
is-
loves. She loves
It
to be
does
the
make
oldest.
me want to like hold people and
You-
just be like, I got you.
You can do that to your inner child, which is
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I've
yeah.
been told to do from my therapist.
I love that. I love that.
What a woke slam. Go do that to your fucking inner child, why don't you? Such a
Yeah. Sigma woke dunk.
therapized burn. Why don't you go hold on to your inner child? That's awesome.
Yeah, that captivates me.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're all still at the thing where it's,
It's like
they're big jumps.
yeah. But
Yeah.
you have experienced like
You have a lot
an
of life
insane amount of
experience,
life.
yeah.
You and Billy both like for
Totally.
small number of years.
I think the other thing too is everybody's very conscious of how they feel looking back. Like you probably are sitting there thinking like, if I think back to me at 26 and I think about how different I am at 30, you're like worlds apart. So I relate to that when I'm talking to a 23-year-old and I'm like, when I think about being 26 and I think about being 23, it's so different. So
How does it feel knowing that you haven't gone through your Saturn return yet?
well, this is news to me.
Breaking news.
Wait. What's your sign? What's your sign?
Guess.
Gay podcast. Let's go. What's your sign? Saturn Return.
The thing is, you seem really grounded.
I know, Earth.
Yeah, you seem like you're an earth
Must have
sign,
Earth
but
in
you're
the
also
chart
pretty
somewhere.
social. So
And you're a songwriter, so there's got to be
Fire?
something in there.
no,
Water?
I think kind of earth. Like, are you like a Virgo or something?
That's crazy that you could tell.
Are you serious?
Nope.
What are you? What are you?
I'm a Leo.
You're Leo. That was actually my second guess because you're social.
Okay.
You're very affable.
My gut, like immediate, like
That was on my Raya
instantaneously-
bio.
Wait, I need
Really?
Wait,
Was it really?
we
'Cause
need
you
to see the
are.
full
But that would be
chart.
so sick.
That would.
Stop fucking
Leo,
with us.
affable.
That makes
Willing
sense
to
that you're
hold your
a
inner
Leo.
child.
You're very easy
If you
socially.
are, yeah.
Thanks.
If you were
It's a
willing
good
to hold
quality.
mine.
Yeah, no, god damn. Don't even.
Who
no,
knows?
it's-
I would love to know what was in everybody's Raya bio.
My
Some
song.
horrible stuff.
I didn't have a bio.
No,
I know
like
what my song
Raya
was.
at that time was so embarrassing because it was a
You had, like,
fucking
a-
PowerPoint slideshow, and there was nothing you could do about it.
What's Raya like now?
You just click through photos, and the song doesn't play automatically.
Oh,
Mine was literally
I
like.
can't
How
pay
would
to
you know that I loved Sinatra and was so sophisticated?
Yeah, you in your bio you would have to say, please play the song.
It's like such a bad music video. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really. Yeah, I mean, at that, did you not have an opinion about that at the time? Were you not like, I hate this? You were
I
like,
was
sick.
so happy
Frank
to be
Sinatra.
talking to girls.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
so
yeah.
gassed on the whole.
There are girls on here.
The fact that
Yeah.
I'd been whatever
Especially your girl.
I'd been
Oh, man.
recommended for Raya. That was so
Yeah.
what a
It was
thrill.
so awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
huge
back then
congrats
it was
to
also
you.
a big deal. Like it's kind of lost its
Luster.
lust. I was about to say.
Wow,
It
circling
was
all
also
the way back.
before Hinge and Bumble. Like it was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
only
yeah.
option was Tinder.
Which is just
Yeah,
like
which is-
Bacchanalia
yeah.
fuck fest.
You definitely. I was about to say fuck fest as well.
It
Wow.
was. This is scary. on
Definitely.
there.
the
So it
darkest
wasn't,
place.
Yeah, it didn't feel like I think now it has a kind of a douchey
Yeah,
feel to
yes.
it. And at
Whatever.
the time it was like it's this or Tinder.
Yeah.
It was sort of benign.
Yeah. It's either
Yeah.
sophisticated
Ugh.
Sinatra
It
vibes.
felt like if you can get on it, if you like right,
it. Yeah,
if you
100%.
qualify, hit it up.
100%. You put pictures of yourself. Mine was just pictures of me, and the song was, it was. Why is everything so confusing?
By Avril, it was, I'm
Yes.
with you.
Yeah.
And it was that
Stand-
part of
wait,
the
but
song.
it wasn't. I'm standing on a bridge,
No, it was just
waiting
the
in the
bridge.
dark.
God, that
That should
goes
be
up.
here.
I really wish I
Song
knew
is-
my
that
song.
song is awesome.
Oh my
Major
God.
banger is unbelievable.
Me
Yeah.
in the
God.
back of the Toyota Sienna at
Yeah,
6,
feeling
like deep
guilty.
shame.
Yeah.
You're like,
With their
Listening to
Legos.
that and then it's complicated, just like
Oh my god.
yeah.
And anything but
gets it.
ordinary. Do you remember that one? That was a B-side, but
Yeah,
I
it's a good
cried
one,
a
though.
lot to that.
If you
that album,
guys,
myself
that
in the
album's
mirror.
fucking. There was
everything about it, it's wonderful.
there was like some day, like, I guess maybe in March, where Billy was over and we were just like on the YouTube TV app, like
Mhm.
You're just like
every
frick.
Avril.
Yeah.
I'm with you, or Let Go. The album's
This
called
is why
Let Go.
we need like
So
music videos
awesome.
still.
I know.
Is because it's important for those moments. Where
I know.
you're-
It's just the market is just so.
Also, the fact that she was like
Oversaturated.
16,
Dude.
just
Oh
like
my God.
tough as hell. Like
Yeah.
she was so dope.
kind of like someone else that we know.
She also was like, the songs have insane harmony. Like
The
there
songs
are
are
moments-
insane. The songs are so well written.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wild.
The production is like hard as hell.
It sounds sick. Like
Big
they,
ass guitars.
they hold up.
Losing Grip is sick.
It's so
That album's
song
great.
is so
We
sick.
covered Since You've Been Gone and our
That is Kelly
production.
Clarkson.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
same
Woman.
same guitar era.
But
there's a
same
crossover, there's a-
era. But Ivan, woman, Ivan, our production manager, like found like on some forum like the stems. And
my God.
Actually, like
Stems
hearing
for that are unreal.
her vocal and like all the parts, you're just like, damn, they did it so good back then.
They
and
were
it's
working
also,
hard.
it's just like the vocalists were actually. I mean, vocalists are still amazing now, but like she was an amazing singer.
People
like all
who
those
can go
people.
in and sing.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
and really
Like
lay
a
it.
couple
yeah, I mean
Yes.
American Idol.
Yeah, but
Victor.
Avril's the same though too, where it's like there's just something
Avril's
really, really
incredible.
raw
Yeah,
about all. Yeah, totally.
Just a rock chick. Like to
So-
rock out.
Yeah, yeah, just rock chick.
Yeah, we
Like
need
to
more
rock out.
There's like also nothing less rock than like a hard Canadian accent.
I was about to.
It's
I was
like-
about to.
It's so
Rock out.
funny.
She's so
What?
sick.
Wait,
Why did I
okay.
just
That
not
interview
do the
fucking
accent at all?
rules.
I have something to say. Should we actually go back and
To
talk about?
DoorDash.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I knew.
I love you. This is
okay.
why we're here.
What do you want? What do you like to order, Naomi?
I don't. I want to pose the question to the group. What's everyone's favorite thing to order on?
I'm
the
ready
ordering
to
apps
talk about
these
mine.
Go for it.
days?
This is we're ranking our personal favorites of only our choices.
Of DoorDash.
Yeah,
So
DoorDash.
we've neglected
But
your
mine actually
input.
isn't from DoorDash.
Go ahead.
There's this place in my neighborhood called, and you can't get it on DoorDash, or they're not online.
They have
They're
their
only for
own-
takeout and delivery. They don't even do
They
in
send
service.
they send an employee.
They send an employee,
That
or you go
rules.
do pickup. And every
Wow.
time I do it, I'm like, I kind of miss doing
Yes.
that. And it's a very nostalgic
You
and
miss the
wonderful.
pickup?
I don't know. Sometimes it's like, even if you want to eat food at home, I miss interacting with like
The
a
restaurant.
neighborhood or a restaurant and like feeling like, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
That I'm just
Won't you
like
be
not
my
an
neighbor?
yeah.
Style. Yeah.
I love it. That's all.
Do you
Say
as
more,
a
though.
concession? Do you have a DoorDash or
Oh
Postmates
yeah.
thing?
I would say Tatsu is the best ordered food because
Ramen.
because the way they do it, they separate the
Separate it.
broth
Yep.
from the the goods.
and you assemble it.
Yeah, and you assemble it, and
That's
also
huge.
it can stay hot.
Mhm.
You know,
That's
I
huge.
think ordering food can be
Treacherous.
and I don't want to order something that I'm gonna have a soggy experience.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I would say
Love it.
Tatsu. I love their containers.
That's so awesome.
It really the container. It's like
Oh, yeah.
automation.
I'm opening my DoorDash so I can go back, but I want
To-
to hear yours.
Oh, okay. Okay, the first one that comes to mind is Farfalla is
Oh,
another
yeah.
one of those
Oh, hell
places
yeah.
that delivers somehow instantaneously.
Yeah.
And to talk about containers, you pop the pasta thing open,
Yeah.
steam like so
Amazing.
hot,
That-
like burn
That's
you-
dream.
like
that's
to
a dream.
get a DoorDash order that
Yeah.
could still burn your mouth if you ate it right away is
That
a
rules.
thrill.
That is what
What
it's
is the
about.
pasta that you order from there?
They have a thing called a
Torta?
tray fungi
Ooh,
rigatoni, like a mushroom, creamy
Oh, hell
mushroom.
yeah.
You know what's really
Yeah,
good?
I love
Rigatoni.
mushroom.
Rigatoni
Rigatoni is a
great.
fucking fantastic.
I think rigatoni was
pasta.
our
Oh,
highest ranked
Yeah, I mean, who don't want
pasta
They have
on,
a-
all those
on
they have a
crevices?
rank.
Sauce.
Insalata de faro, great
yeah,
salad.
I haven't been there in a
Yum.
long time.
Oh my god.
And then there is a place called Hope Vegan on Ventura and Studio City. And
I don't know this one.
that place is so good. And it's
Whoa.
another place that like when it shows up at your house is still amazing.
Naomi writing it
Are you
down
vegan?
immediately.
No, vegetarian.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Hope Vegan. I actually need to hit that
It's so good.
up.
Need to be hitting that.
Okay, listen. I got a lot going on here.
Okay, the main event.
Not even. So okay,
Opening act.
okay. The craziest thing I've ordered recently, which is insane that I ordered this. It's not my favorite, but hey,
I would
you're in a
love.
pinch.
I can't wait.
I ordered the other day Joe and the Juice.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that makes
you
You're
love
just
Joe and the
wishing you were in an
Juice.
airport.
Yes.
I
An
ordered
international
What'd you
airport.
Here's the
get?
thing. They
You
have
get
an
the
acai
sandwich?
bowl that's not too
Oh.
sweet.
Oh, that's a huge find. In my opinion.
And so I ordered that recently, but you know what? I
I can't knock Joe and the Juice at all. I actually
No,
find it
no,
very
it's
comforting.
very
it's comforting.
consistent.
There's something
Enough,
about
though.
It's very
it.
consistent.
It
And that's
is
what you
there.
need
I
in your
just-
life.
It is airport
When I'm in the
vibes.
airport, I'm like, yes, Joe and the Juice.
Yeah, it's like,
Totally.
you want to feel safe
And you look
at an
for,
airport.
but it's like I go to LaGuardia. You know what I mean? You go to an airport where it's like I feel at home here and I feel safe. That's Joe and the
Vancouver. Jen and I have spent some quality time together at the Joe and the Juice line
Oh,
at
hell yeah.
Vancouver Airport.
That's what life's about.
Yeah.
So wait, so then what's the?
I like to order Joy or Pine and Crane.
Very good.
That's a good
They show up
delivery
good.
food.
Shows up good.
That's
Sometimes
also
it's
that
really-
it probably gets better. It's sitting.
it's pretty good and it comes hella fast.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I got some corn at the farmer's market and then
You'll get one of those bugs.
grilled it with
Oh,
the
yeah.
husk on.
Well, yeah, then you get
and
one of those
opened
slurpins.
opened up the husk and had grilled all these worms.
Yeah, they at the top, but that's how corn. Whenever you get
Yeah,
corn
yeah.
on, it's just how it is.
But I just was like,
I didn't
Oh.
know that.
yeah, it's when you get
So you
they're in
also
the
murdered
husk.
a bunch of worms,
I
or
cooked them. Yeah, it was gross.
Yeah,
That
That's
is pretty gross.
crazy.
to
Yeah,
cook
I'm
them.
sorry.
Broccoli, I
Actually-
feel like is always the
Yeah, broccoli
the
has
most treacherous.
little bugs. The little bugs. The
and-
worms really though.
and hundreds
me
of
out.
Pretty gross
thousands of
looking.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Absolutely.
yeah.
I
Okay.
deal with maggots a lot because not like
But
larvae
compost.
from compost.
Uh-huh.
You guys
Yep.
compost?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like it's
buggy.
Yeah. It's
Um,
befriended me.
I don't know if we've ever gotten to your
Yeah.
DoorDash
What's
order.
your
Go ahead.
DoorDash?
Oh,
Mendocino
okay.
Farms, probably.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
I mean,
I do
I'm
fuck with Mendocino.
it's
Yeah.
Farms.
Hard.
TBC
It's
obviously.
great.
Vegan banh mi with
The
the
vegan
avocado.
banh
banh
mi
mi is
goes.
unreal.
When we get
Add avocado.
Yeah,
home
avocado.
from tour, often I am getting the
Mendo.
avocado quinoa salad from Mendo.
It's quite good.
Yeah, it is. It really is
simply
good. I had it the other day.
And sometimes you just want a salad.
Yeah, after tour, I don't want a salad.
Do you subscribe to
I want a
Perfectly
5-course
Imperfect?
meal.
Do you know Perfectly Imperfect?
What is
The
this?
newsletter. It's like it's a Substack that people submit their basically like a couple of their favorite things or whatever.
Yeah, you talked about this.
It's
cool.
Little
it's
blog.
cool. It's like a fun thing that you get in your email and just people do it. And Jack Antonoff did it, and I texted him afterwards because he said I took a screenshot and it was like the avocado quinoa salad from Mendocino Farms. He's like, when I decide that I like something, I eat it every fucking day.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
I'm obsessed with this salad, and I was like, dude,
it's a crunchy quinoa.
For a minute,
that shit is unbelievable.
Eating that
every day,
all the time. I don't know if it was like making a record or a rehearsal time, but
and I somewhat still am.
Do you have a feeling? I have this because I've just been doing it with Tacos Delta, where like I've been going so much, but I always have a kind of a like, damn, I'm gonna ruin this for myself. Like the relationships I have with food that are like always a little moderate, I can have for years.
I had that with Mendo actually for a minute. I burned myself out, and then I recently hopped back on. No, I hopped back on.
Yeah, it's like with eggs.
Yeah, eggs can fuck me up.
Yeah,
I'm still not. I can't do it.
It's fine.
I just
you don't have to.
It's okay. Yeah,
I wish. Well, because it's like I kind of wish I could. But I just can't.
It's okay.
Yeah. I think it's good ultimately, like for your cholesterol or something like that. If you're not doing
correct.
it.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Correct.
But good. And if I'm doing like a backyard hang situation, we're ordering tomato pie
or quarter sheets.
That's like but
what about Garage? You guys been on Garage?
Garage has good vegan pies
is very good.
Garage vegan pizza slaps.
It's exceptional.
And their regular pizza is so good. And I love tomato pie, but Garage has snuck in. Garage is
I haven't been
That's huge.
The last time we had tomato pie where we ordered it to the house, I kind of like ate so much of it that I haven't wanted it.
Sure. You did the thing.
Yeah,
you did the thing, but in one sitting. That's more like me with like vodka in high school. You know,
that's me with gin in high school.
Yeah,
I would fall asleep in trunks.
That's us with spicy vodka pasta.
Yeah, that was.
Vodka.
I would actually
flavor.
Totally pound some vodka sauce. Fusilli. Spicy fusilli. Anyways.
Fusilli is so fucking
We should probably end the podcast.
I could talk about this shit all day.
Keep going all day.
I know. You're so easy to talk to.
Yeah, we'll have to have you on again so we can monetize this friendship.
That's what we like
is that your deal? The first episode's unmonetized.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like we're actually not good at monetizing.
We're not releasing this.
Next
this is just us
some
talking.
ad dollars.
Well, we were talking.
You didn't meet your own allegations. You're like, we should do this again, but film it.
For social media.
We'll have to have you on again, and this time there'll be cameras.
I really love that idea that we just weren't doing it, like what we actually.
We break the ice with like new friends in this way to like get them comfortable with the idea of hanging out with us.
That is kind of what we do.
Yeah, it is what we do. That's okay.
Is there anything else that's on your heart?
Yeah, is there something you need to shout?
Really, any like real questions?
I don't know. What's the difference?
What do we ask?
Also, who cares? You know what I mean?
Gives a shit.
Imagine if you
what
were
are you
like,
doing? What's up?
You started out.
That's what I always feel when we have other people on. I always feel like that. Like that's what we should be doing.
Who's the guy who does the movie review? The movie that Will Ferrell did. I know I'm looking right at you.
I know.
Will Ferrell did the impression of him.
Oh, James
Lipton.
Yeah, I think we should
Inside
be way
the
more.
studio,
Yeah, we should.
What a crazy vibe.
We'll start doing that vibe more.
Also, seeing
really loving vibe. I think.
Really,
like James,
really loving vibe.
Adoration.
Yeah, adoration and care.
He's like, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Spacey.
Wait, did y'all hear he's in Bulgaria teaching acting classes right now?
Kevin
Some
Spacey?
photos, yeah.
Yeah. So wait, who said this? Hannah Einbeiner yesterday was like, it's giving Tar.
Tar at the end with doing the anime concert.
It's giving Tar.
Oh my god, that also ruled. That was so awesome.
What, Tar?
Yeah,
Tar's
I really
bomb.
slapped my knee so hard laughing. Just now I
Also, have you guys seen James Lipton in performing as a character in television? It's wild seeing him.
No.
When he acts?
Yes, it's like
No.
that's
I didn't know that he did
that's the
that.
guy who talks.
I don't even know he did that.
Yeah, he plays himself. I think in Arrested Development, if I'm not mistaken.
He does.
Then I've
Which
had
is
to have seen
fabulous,
it, but then I've erased it.
But he's also plays other stuff in other stuff. So yeah.
Katie
he
says
was one of
it's
one.
over.
Yeah, he's one of.
He had
he's
a
number
real
one.
unique
Yeah.
vibe, and unique tiny table and
So
this
Tiny
whole thing.
that was
Is
the
he
most
dead?
unique.
Yeah,
Oh.
he died a couple years ago.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, James.
R.I.P. King.
Have you
Lift
know
him.
the Bradley Cooper lore of that show? It's unreal.
He's in the audience asking
Bro.
a question.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Bro, it's so unreal. It's a two-parter. One is that it's fucking crazy. One is that Louis C.K. R.I.P.
Rest in
did
peace.
R.I.P. indeed.
Fuck.
did Stern or something and was joking about aspiring actors, and he was like, he literally is like, never see somebody like ask Sean Penn a question and then turn out to be a movie star, and it's intercut with Bradley Cooper standing up asking Sean Penn a question on Actors Studio and being like, hi, I'm a second-year student,
Oh my
and I just wanted to
God.
ask you about one of those performances. Isn't that fucking
awesome.
crazy?
I love
That's
that.
so cool.
I love that.
That
That's
actually like
so cool.
changes. I really love Bradley Cooper's acting, but it's like it changes the way I think about him. It like takes it to the.
Well, because it's like you
He
really
was a
want
fan
it.
and he wanted it.
You want to
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
things.
And he was a
It's
student.
cool.
He
Yeah.
was showing up to the thing.
Yeah,
and-
he
Yeah.
went on.
Yeah. I know we're wrapping up. Did any of you have any sort of like? Did you all go to college for music?
Mentors.
I didn't go to college for music.
You know, Katie and I
Went
did.
to the
But-
same
You-
college though.
Yeah, we all went to the same
You
college.
all went to
though.
the same college and
Yes.
you weren't there for music. What were you there for?
I was a narrative studies and ethnic studies double major, but
Cool.
which was cool. But all my family are all musicians.
Got it.
So I was
In
like,
your blood.
I was like,
In
no,
the blood.
no, yes, fuck.
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind
Destiny.
of that's what happened.
Destiny
Yeah.
took a hold.
I was just like, I think if you're a musician, it means you're broke as fuck.
Sure, yeah.
So
yeah, and we're just both too privileged to understand that.
Yeah, we were like, it's fine. Now I'm going to USC.
I had a kind of a parallel of like my parents weren't musicians by trade, but they were actors by trade, and they were
Yeah.
broke doing that.
yeah, just like it's
but
such
I
a
kind
hustle.
of had my parallel was like, it just doesn't look so bad. Like I
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
like, they
Huh.
teach classes on the side and do weird, like my
That's
mom
nice.
bakes cakes for people and stuff.
That
Like I was
sounds
like,
awesome.
it's kind of fine.
Made it
Like I
work.
was sort of like, whatever. Like
Yeah.
I'm fine making no money. Like
I
my
kind
friends,
of, I kind of love
my
that.
friends who had like I was in a band in high school, and like I had two buddies who had like friends who were like very corporate jobs or something. Like, their parents,
Yeah,
and they had a real fear of like, what if we don't make any money?
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Because they could see because their life growing
They were
up was
gonna
like
be
they lived in a
downwardly
nice house
mobile.
or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
was like, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
The
yeah.
idea of doing something I hated was so much worse
Totally.
than making no money.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think I would have felt differently if I had been in LA or New York.
Sure.
In my exact same situation. Like
Yeah.
being poor and having artist parents or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have felt like it was possible. But being in San Diego, you're just like, this place fucking blows ass. Like, I
Yeah.
gotta get the fuck out of here. No
I definitely didn't
offense.
think we were gonna make like. I never, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I never
yeah.
thought I was gonna make it ever because
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
my
yeah.
parents never made it.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
second generation, never made it.
Yeah, carrying on the tradition.
My buddy David, who I've made music with for years, was like, my dad called it the family curse. Like,
Oh
he
my
was
God.
Like, he was like,
Oh my God.
He was like, yeah.
My
He's like, when I
ancient
signed
curse.
a publishing deal, he was like, my dad was like, you broke the family curse.
Jesus.
Oh my
You gotta
fucking
check.
God.
It's
But
like
when
you're
you
honestly
were
a traitor.
when you were in college for music, did you have any experience with sort of like? Do you have any good mentorship at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say yeah. Well,
Patrice
we
now.
have Patrice Russian, who was one of the deans of the program, and
she
also
she did like Forget Me Not, and like, you know,
Her
the
music
song.
is
and she's also just
so
like
She's
like,
an amazing-
she's like done music for the like she's orchestrated. Like,
she's an amazing MD and
She's for real.
piano player.
Yeah,
she's
she's
fucking for
unbelievable.
real.
she was like a funk legend, and then
Funk
like
legend.
then like a amazing jazz.
Yeah.
What school was this?
pianist.
USC.
USC.
Got it.
But
Yeah.
also, like our other dean, Chris Sampson, was someone I had known since
Yeah.
I was 15, and he told me at the time, like, you know, we had a winding road. I had a very winding road, and like when I came to USC, I was writing very strange music.
Definitely.
And he let me, and I remember him saying like, I don't totally understand what you're doing right now, but I know that like you have to do it
Oh,
to
cool.
like find what really feels like you.
That's
and like
awesome.
he just gave me the space that I needed.
yeah, he's a
like,
great mentor.
He's really
How awesome.
yeah, it was special. I'm trying to think of and then they also like they bring people in.
Yeah, they bring people in for guest
Yeah,
lectures and whatever
Mhm.
else.
I
right?
remember when Young Guru came, I was like very excited about that.
God.
Jay-Z's producer, and like he came to like our songwriting class. But I also remember feeling like I went to those forums and took notes and stuff, but I did feel like it was important to like always trust your own instinct more than like anyone else's advice.
Yeah.
Like disregard kind of.
Some reason
'Cause
I
we
have
had some,
that
like,
feeling
annoying
always.
experiences too.
Yeah, I mean, I think at that point though, it's like I was still in late stage. I was growing up. I would say I was a little bit of a contrarian generally, and so it's like anytime anybody would give me some sort of advice,
I'm gonna try the opposite.
Yeah, kind of
makes sense.
Did you have
especially
anyone
USC was like that?
That like
You know
was in your life?
what we did, the Grammy Museum in LA was like just sort of starting out when I was like 15 or 14.
Yeah.
And so I'd just go see, they had all these youth programs.
Cool.
And I just go to all
Go
of
to
them.
the talks.
Didn't you do?
Go to all
Was
the
it not the
talks.
I did
same
like
thing?
Grammy U things when I was in high school.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't live in LA.
So I went to all of those.
Cool.
That's super
They weren't,
cute.
to be honest, like, they weren't that informative, but they were kind of inspiring. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I
industry just
learned a lot as much as I was
changes.
just kind of galvanized.
Well, you kind of have to like do it.
Yeah,
I feel like you feel it's more of a feeling than it is like actually getting knowledge. Like the best feeling for me is like seeing someone who is inspiring in one way or another.
Yeah.
Seeing them do an inspiring thing or talk about something that they've done, even if it's not like applicable to me specifically. It's like, oh, well, then you just have to like, you just want to like kick your own ass into gear and just go make something.
That's
like,
motivation.
Yeah, it's just like seeing someone be excellent at something is like, oh, that's great. That makes me want to go do something.
Yeah.
Like,
Really true.
Be
invigorated. Well, that's what like a good album. You know what I mean? If you hear something that's good.
Yes.
Also, congrats. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's a little bit late, but it's like,
Oh, the Billy record?
yeah,
Thanks.
Yeah.
it's unbelievable.
That's very
It
kind
really
of you.
is.
Unbelievable.
Incredible drum sounds.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Incredible drum sounds.
Thanks. That's a very like meaningful compliment.
I'm glad. Yeah, that's like.
Yeah, that was really fun. We just started to sort of like get back in and explore a little bit, but that was a really fun and also a really like long like I really have my big kind of like thing I keep saying over and over when I talk about this record because I'm really proud of it is like many times specifically during the making of this record we had real like turn to each other like I don't know if we'd have it anymore kind of a vibe.
That's when
If
you
that ain't
probably
it.
have it.
Yeah,
in a
but you
funny
know
way.
what? I agree with you, but I think we're in this weird period of time where everybody's so obsessed with like retconning their own like when I wrote that line, I just fucking knew. And I'm
whatever.
like, oh, shut up. Like,
But I think that's what your record, the thing that I like so much about it is it doesn't sound like anything that you guys have done. And
Cool.
I think that's probably why you felt that way because you
Oh,
were
yeah.
doing something new for
Like,
you.
almost
And,
more
and I
experimental.
think it's way cooler for that to be the case.
yes.
Like we're hearing a whole different like landscape from
and
you
harder
guys.
and scarier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also you have a feeling of like, well, this is something I've never done, which means I might not be any good at it. You know what I
Totally.
mean?
Or people won't.
I think that's the most important thing you could ever do in a funny way.
I agree.
really do. I think who cares if you fail?
Yeah, if you evolved.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
I don't want to.
To
I know.
evolve?
I have failure
I
aversion.
do, but I don't. I do.
What?
It's just.
Is this
it's
what is
the-
this? What is this?
It's the noble path.
What are you
but-
speaking on behalf of the Muna future
Yeah,
record?
because like
now that
we're-
she's gone solo, the vibes
Now
are
that I've
so
gone
crazy
solo,
between us.
Now that the band is
Obviously, everything
over,
has
things
We
are
have
crazy.
different lawyers now, which is really fucked everything up. We split up our publishing deal. It's a whole thing.
No, I just
Is there
wish.
any kernel of truth to that, or is that all?
Just the
No,
fact that
it
we
was
had to we had to separate our pub deal.
No,
but
we
it was
didn't
fine.
do that.
Yes, we
Yeah, we did.
Katie doesn't know things.
I literally signed a document. I literally signed a
Basically,
document
it's
like
just
yesterday.
so we don't like get big deposits
just
from
have- no,
Katie's
we just have-
inevitable success.
Well, we just have different
You
like we've
get
all
them.
done different writing projects, and
I love that I just. This is why
You
I
literally
keep it on the podcast.
you
It's
literally
because I
signed a
really
document
am
like
so
the
dumb.
other day.
Yeah.
This is actually how.
Did you
and-
sign a pub deal as Muna?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and we just uncrossed our
and
accounts.
now it's the three of you.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Sure.
It's
Why I think that's so special and that you should never change is that it
Me signing documents before I read them.
yeah.
well, we
just
have
to
people.
clarify
You
what
have, you
we're
have
talking
people that
about.
you pay good money
You
to
have-
protect you.
You have lead singer energy. You just like you can't. It's undeniable. You're like, where are we going? What's going on?
I'm like,
go and
I'm
you
too
do.
busy having an idea.
He's kind of Elvis Presley playing a casino for 20 years straight and
Just kind of like
dying with dying in massive debt as a manager.
Yeah, we'll take care of those things, and you go up there and be a star, honey.
I need to fix it. I need to work on it. But no, it's more like I just wish that we, you want to be on solid ground when you're working on a creative project. And it's like with Moon of 4, I want to feel like I know that we have something solid, that we're building on something. The
making of it to feel as good as the finishing of it.
Yes.
Really hard.
I think that, I don't think that exists.
No,
I think it's actually
but I think that's why I'm a songwriter. Like part of the reason I'm a songwriter as opposed to other mediums is that I am like pretty impatient. And a song you can like make, like if I get a verse and a chorus in a day, I feel
unreal
and sated.
Yeah.
Versus like, what's hard about an album is you can't do that.
You can't write an album in a day, really.
No.
Certainly can't record an album in a day.
Unless you're on cocaine.
Unless you're
smoking,
you do it all live, or you can write it in a super.
You definitely could.
I just made an album in a really like sort of
Wait,
expeditious.
You're done? You made it?
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Oh my god,
the jam album.
We can obviously
we can.
We never got. That's fine.
They never got the invitation to the jam session.
I was gonna ask.
Come do Muna jams. The me jams were.
They would.
Done.
Okay.
You guys would do that?
I would. Yeah, I would. Well, you would hate.
It was. I will tell you this.
Jamming.
It was. So
I don't hate jamming.
So I grew up like jamming.
I grew up
like
jamming
in garages.
Yeah,
I grew up jamming.
I loved, but we were all bad. Like none of us had good time. And then I started to learn how to produce, and I would like set up a drum kit in Billy's bedroom and run cables across the hall, and like it was all the cheapest mics and the cheapest drums and a drummer who was 15, and it was all kind of
cool,
haphazard. Though. And so I was like, this go round of making this record, I was like, let's jam. I have all these musician friends that I like, and we'll just fill a room and it'll all be sort of recorded well. And it was super fun. It was half of it is so like awesome. Half of it was like unlistenably bad, and then half of it is the record.
That is the hardest thing, is like being okay making stuff with other people that's unlistenably bad and continuing.
That's the hardest thing for people to ever do. We should stop, right? Yeah. Yeah, we should stop.
Sorry.
But
we're falling in love.
Yeah, we're just talking.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
We're starting to monetize.
Yeah. You were really getting
right now. The monetization is kicking in.
Here. Thank you so much for coming on the pod.
Thanks for having me. What a treat.
Treat for us.
Yeah, treat. We haven't really been doing that. I love yous.
I love
Did you do it last time when I was not?
No, we didn't do it.
Well, I love y'all, and I love you, Katie.
I love you guys. I love this. I love this monetizable relationship that we now all have. I love Katie's solo efforts.
I love uncrossing our publishing accounts.
I love everything that's going on with us business-wise. And I love myself, strangely enough. Yeah.
I'll do it before you. I love you guys. It was wonderful to fall in love with you today. And I love myself. Handshake. That was just actually a binding contract. Business. We finally monetized it.
Yeah, the money hit your account.
Yeah.
This was a real treat. I've been a listener of this podcast, and I've always really enjoyed it.
Stop listening.
Fun to come hang out with you. Isn't that it's mortifying, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm just sorry.
This is the worst part.
I'm like, you can access this.
Claudia and I had a podcast for like a year, and people would be like, "I love your podcast," and I'd be like, "We have to stop doing it."
Yeah. Too many people are saying they love it.
I was like, they can't know about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well,
wait,
thank you guys.
You have to say you love yourself.
I love myself.
Good.
Thanks, guys.
Good.
Thank you. Wow.
Everyone hold their inner child.
Wow.
That was a Headgum podcast.